Hello, YouTubers and fellow hams. Boy, it's been a long time since I've said that. Does this look familiar behind me? For those of you that have followed me for a long time, yeah, guess what? I'm home. I made it back to Arizona. The disease is still rough. Long COVID is no joke. I'm in month number 16, I think. Coming up on 17. But I'm making progress. I'm recovering. Most mornings, for a little while, I feel almost normal again. Usually by about noon, it's hitting me, and I spend most of the afternoon resting. But I'm getting to the point where I think I can live independently again and take care of myself, so I came home. I'm in the RV, in the desert, in the area of Kingman, Arizona, up at 3,500 feet on a plateau, overlooking mountains. This is the view I get from the front porch at my friends here, Jeannie and Tony, where I'm staying. They let me stay on their property. And I'm going to probably spend the summer here just recuperating and pecking away at projects and trying to get some videos going on the channel. So, yeah, speaking of that, the first project is going to be finishing the magnetic loop build. Back over a year ago, the last real video I did on the channel before the long COVID got really, really bad. It was a horrible year. 2023, I lost a whole year of my life, pretty much. I was practically useless most of the year and just miserable. It was horrible. But March of that year, I did put together a video on designing a magnetic loop. And I'll link that up here, wherever that thing pops up, and put it in the description below. I would suggest, if you're going to follow along, that you go and watch that video if you haven't already, or maybe just rewatch it to refresh. It's been over a year. But in that video, I designed a magnetic loop. I have put together some of the parts for it, so I'm going to now assemble that magnetic loop and test it. So that will be the next video. We'll be building that loop. I have other projects in mind, things I want to do. I kind of want to build a VLF transceiver. I don't think anybody's done a transceiver. I don't know how you, probably wouldn't be all that useful unless you had a friend across town with one as well, but it might be an interesting project. I have some antennas to review, a couple that I picked up that are just interesting little things off Amazon. And who knows what else I'm going to do out here. I'm going to start working on, though. I'm going to start getting productive again, which is... it's going to feel so good. It's been a long time. Like I said, I lost pretty much a whole year of my life. Middle of 2023, I was bedbound for a couple of months. I could barely get up. I could just barely get across the hall to use the bathroom. By the time I got back to the bed, I was completely out of breath, gasping for air, my heart banging at 170, almost made me lightheaded and faint. Constant 24/7 burning pains in my head and pressure. Felt like my brains were trying to push their way out my ears. Couldn't think. My emotions running wild. My brain was just... It attacks the brain in long COVID. A lot of the times it attacks the brain, and it just wipes you out. It makes you less of a person. Big chunks of your mind go away. You can't think certain ways. I couldn't visualize or imagine things. If I closed my eyes, it was just darkness. I couldn't picture anything in my head. Then I couldn't dream, and then I couldn't sleep. It was absolutely horrible. I've never been through anything that bad in my life before, and I'm going to try to remember how bad it was so that I appreciate fully every step that I can take now, and every day that I can sit up like this and talk to people and do what a human does, you know, feel like I'm a human again. As I said, I'm still not there. I'm probably about 55% of what I should be. I get some stuff done in the mornings. So a lot of work to do on the RV. It was sitting for well over a year. My friend, my really good friend, best friend, Rick, he drove me across the country to bring me back here. We rented a car and he drove. He did a lot of work in here helping me to clean up. So I really appreciate that, Rick. If you're watching, thank you again. You're a good friend. But I've got a lot to do in here. The place is a mess. It's dusty. It's cluttered. I want to go through my desk and clean it all up and reorganize and get rid of a bunch of stuff that I've never needed and never used, lighten the load. My hope is that by the fall I will be enough of my old self that I can take the rig down to the winter spot and hang out with the Rat Pack, a big group of RV traveling amateur radio operators that all sort of gather north of Yuma, Arizona down there and spend the winter. I really missed them last year, so I'm hoping that this fall I can make the trip again. But here I am, back home. Hello. I've missed you guys. Hope some of you missed me. We'll find out. And we're going to get back to making videos. So for those of you that are still there, thank you for your patience, and especially my Patreon supporters, you guys. I am just blessed and amazed. I hardly lost any supporters through the whole year. Most everybody stayed with me and kept me going, financially especially. I don't make a lot of money doing this, and in fact I don't even care sharing that with you. The last productive year, 2022, I made a little over $15,000 total income. That's it. You know, I mean, I don't make a lot of money doing this. It's enough for my lifestyle to live in an RV and travel around a bit. It's enough. I'm comfortable. I can feed myself and buy clothes, you know, and occasionally buy myself a toy or something. So I'm happy. That's what matters, right? I'm not greedy. I'm not trying to make a mint or get rich. As long as I'm comfortable, I'm happy. So you guys on Patreon, you really kept me going, and I really appreciate that. I can't say thank you enough. And I'm just going to try to get back to work and reward you with some content. So I've talked enough. That's the update. I'm back, and we're going to get started on some work. So it's probably going to take a couple of weeks to get the magnetic loop video done. I can only work about 15 to 20 minutes a couple of times in the morning. I can do a little bit after that, but I just don't have the energy. It's like the worst post-viral fatigue ever. Have you ever had the flu, and the day after you get over the flu, or for a day or two, you just feel kind of wiped out, you know, like you just have no energy? Yeah, that's how I've feeling for months and months and months. It's horrible, but I'm going to get some stuff done. So anyway, thanks very much for hanging out, my subscribers, and let's get back to work, huh? Okay, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're not already a subscriber, click to subscribe. Join us on the Facebook channel for discussion about the videos, and if you'd like to help support this channel, please click to support me on my Patreon page.